Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl, and tonight, on a stormy night in New York, it is red hot in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, because tonight is Friday Night SmackDown, and this is the fallout from a scintillating and most entertaining and the most watched Friday Night SmackDown last week from Madison Square Garden. We've got all of this to talk about. Plus, we got wrestling news. We've got SmackDown to talk about. And this is the eve of Money in the Bank in Toronto. So we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to discuss. Um, Nick will be here momentarily. And we're going to have a good time here tonight. We hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. But we're going to present to you Friday Night SmackDown, which is powered by and which is presented by the Hardcore Sports.
You've landed on the Logo ship. Welcome to Planet Experience. Welcome to the Wrestling Experience.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Friday Night SmackDown. And we're getting closer and closer to SmackDown time. Um, don't forget, after this stream is over around 10:20, we're going to be having a post SmackDown extravaganza, and that will be hosted by Nick himself. We're going to talk about what we saw tonight on SmackDown. We're going to talk about Money in the Bank. We've got so much stuff to happen. So Nick will be hosting that. Um, Again, like I said before, it's going to be a great night for Friday Night SmackDown. And this is the go home show for SmackDown. This is the go home show. And this will be for Friday Night SmackDown as we get closer and closer to Money in the Bank tomorrow night, which, by the way, will be presented by the Hardcore Sports. We'll be on the air. We'll be on the air at 6:50 Eastern Daylight Standard Time. It'll be me. It'll be Mitch. And he's got the roundup. He's got the roundup. Mac the Giant in the building as well. Along with Sarah, we will all bring you Money in the Bank.
Hey everyone, welcome to Bel Air. Today we're touring this newly constructed.
So we're gonna get ready for Friday Night SmackDown, and which again, like I said, which is presented by the Hardcore Sports. So we're getting closer and closer to match time, to bell time, and want to say hello to everyone. So, like I said, we're getting ready for SmackDown. What a night, Madison Square. Let's talk about Madison Square Garden for a second. What a night Madison Square Garden was last Friday night for SmackDown. It was the most eventful SmackDown I think I've ever been a part of in a long time. Paul Heyman was taken out by the bloodline. We knew that that was going to happen. We knew that if he would go against the bloodline, you knew that was going to happen. What's the fallout from this? Well, we're going to find that out tonight. Heyman was taken out by the new bloodline faction. Tamatanga, Tonaloa, and of course, the leader of the bloodlines, Solo, took out Heyman along with Jacob Fatu. They were all involved They were all complicit in removing Heyman from the equation. I'm quite sure, I am quite sure Roman Reigns saw all of this, and I'm not sure what's going through his mind. I'm not sure what's going through Jimmy's mind. But one thing is for certain, are we going to get repercussions from tonight? Are we going to get repercussions? Is that something that we're going to get tonight? Is that something that's going to get done tonight? And so that's something we're gonna monitor very closely. Also, something that's going to be very intriguing that we're going to watch closely is DIY. DIY is going against Grayson Waller and of course Austin Theory for the tag team titles. Are we going to get a split? Are we going to get a split of the A Town Down and the title holders changing hands, or are we going to get a retainment? That's something we're going to watch tonight here on SmackDown. Um, as I said, the two major stories: the Bloodline taking out Heyman, and the A Town Down tag team champions, and of course, what kind of other goodies are we going to get out of Money in the Bank? And speaking of Money in the Bank, if you all didn't hear the announcement, Trish Stratus is going to host Money in the Bank. She's going to host Money in the Bank, and that's going to be very interesting to see just exactly just exactly what role will she play in the festivities. We're going to find that out tomorrow night on. We're going to find that out tomorrow night on Money in the Bank. So we are about, I would say about 2 minutes away from Friday Night SmackDown. We're 2 minutes away from Fox. We're 2 minutes away from Friday Night SmackDown here on Fox. And I can't wait. I cannot wait for tonight's SmackDown. So while we wait for SmackDown, I just want to remember one thing, folks, that you can follow the Hardcore Sports. Follow them on Instagram at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on Facebook at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on X at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on Spotify at Hardcore Sports. Follow them on TikTok at Hardcore Sports. And of course, subscribe to their YouTube channel and hit that like button. Hit the like button on my channel, hit the like button on Nick's channel, and hit that like button on the Hardcore Sports. And we hope that you great Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and Friday evening here at the Hardcore Sports Network. Thank you so much for your time and energy that's in the building. Nice, gentlemen. And like I said, we are getting closer and closer and closer and closer to Friday Night SmackDown. We are 1 minute away from Friday Night SmackDown, 1 nanosecond away. And we hope that you will enjoy tonight's festivities. We hope that you enjoy tonight's extravaganza from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. All right, like I said, we are 1 minute away from Friday Night SmackDown. And so, like I said, Nick will be here momentarily and everything. So we're getting closer to Friday Night SmackDown. So we are 1 minute away. So hello everyone, and thank you all so much for your time and energy and everything. So As I said before, I'll say it again. We are here for Friday Night SmackDown here in Toronto, and it is 8 o'clock, so it is time for Friday Night SmackDown. Here we go. Now, forever, and together. All right, here we go, guys, with Friday Night SmackDown here on Fox. Here comes Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes are walking in. This happened last week on SmackDown. Heyman was put through a table by the Bloodline. And what's the fallout going to be? Big, massive crowd inside the Scotia Bank Arena here in Toronto. The money in the bank. The crowd is going apoplectic. The crowd is going apoplectic. And here comes Jimmy Uso. Here comes Jay Uso, excuse me. Jay Uso is about to come down. Here comes Jay Uso, and the crowd is going apoplectic. The crowd is going apoplectic here on Friday Night SmackDown. Look at this big, massive crowd. Big fight feel. And ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Nick. Nick is here. Let's add him to the screen. Oh, all right. Nick, welcome to Friday Night SmackDown. You're muted, Nick. Jay Uso is in the ring, and he's kicking off the show here tonight. Let's see what Jay Uso has to say. Nick, I still can't hear you. Um, so Jay Uso is Jay Uso said he's now in your city, and oh, my background got messed up. Hold on, let me just fix that. Hold on 1 second. Yeet. He says yeet. Money in the Bank is tomorrow night. All right.
You hear me now?
Yes.
All right.
There you go. Yeah. I was just like, hi. I was just like,
Oh, wrong one.
okay. There we go.
Now we got the right
Now
one.
we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. And here comes
James
LA
Daniel
Knight.
Santiago says, shout out from the Philippines. Wesley is
Oh,
here.
hello from the Philippines. Hi.
Yeet. Yes, Wesley.
Yeet.
I was having some technical difficulties. Uncle Howdy was messing with me.
I'll beat him up for you, Nick. I'll do it
Oh,
for you.
oh Lord.
Just for you, Nick. Just for you. New York style. Just for you, Nick. I'll
All
take it
right.
for the team. I'll take it for the team, Nick. So I'll get sucked underneath the ring. Who cares? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
You can hide out
I think
with Jey Uso.
so Knight's in the ring. Jay Uso's in the ring, and I have a feeling we're gonna have a party because all of the participants for the Money in the Bank are gonna be in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. And what a night Madison Square Garden was, Nick. What a night that was. I've never been to more one eventful evening in my entire life. We're going to discuss that later on. At nights in the ring, let me talk to you, Toronto. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Prime logo is in the middle of the ring.
That's interesting that they already have that rolled out, and they're not waiting until tomorrow.
Right.
It's really interesting.
Yeah. We have a massive crowd tonight in Toronto. There are a few empty seats on the upper bowl of the arena, but it's not that bad. They have packed it in tonight. I'm quite sure tomorrow will be completely full for Money in the Bank. Um,
And it's going to be a whiteout.
yes, yes, they asked the fans to wear white. I don't know why, but I don't know if you want to wear white if someone's busted open. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anyway. Um, he said, really nice. Said it doesn't matter whether it's you or anybody else. I'm gonna win that Money in the Bank. So just to let everybody know, everybody, that this wrestling experience is now seen in the Philippines, the Bahamas, the London, England, and of course Australia. So we're going worldwide. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeet. Says Jay.
Yeah.
Yeet. Now let me ask you something, Nick. Who is your pick to win Mr. Money in the Bank?
Jey Uso. Yeet.
Yeah. Yep. And this is the reason why I said this. And I'm going to see if you agree with this. Here's going to be the finish of the match. Here's what I think the finish is going to be. McIntyre goes on the top of the ladder. He's just about, I would say, about two fingertips away from bringing down the thing. The thing swings around like a chandelier. All of a sudden, Mr. Punk comes on the ladder and he whacks him in the face with that briefcase and knocks him down. Again, he screwed him. Uh, Jay Uso has a presence of mind. Yeah, Jay Uso has a presence of mind to go up that ladder and pull it down. We have Mr. Money in the back. That's what I think is the finish. Mm, that's what I think. And Carmelo Hayes is in the ring now. Uh-oh. And he just got interrupted because here comes Chad Gable. What did I say? What did I say? We're having a men's Money in the Bank party. And by the way, if you all think that Chad Gable's going to win the match, I think Uncle Howdy will have something to say about that. Yeah. And Chad
Also,
Gable is
it
coming.
was Damian Priest did say on the kickoff show this earlier today that him and Seth will be the main event for tomorrow night's Money in the Bank.
So that means that either the men or the women will open the show. Either the men or the women's Money in the Bank will open the show, which I don't have a problem with, which I don't have an issue with, because that will warm the crowd up. That will do everything, and that main event, which oh, oh, Andrade is here, so all of the men from the Money in the Bank is coming out. This is a good go home show. This is the way you do a go home show. You display all the people that are in the Money in the Bank, and they're going to explain to the audience why they think they could be Mr. Money in the Bank. Andrade looks good. He has his sunglasses on. Why is he wearing sunglasses indoors? I have no idea. Um, don't forget, don't forget at 10:20. Don't forget at 10:20. Nick is going to host the post game show of SmackDown. We're going to discuss Friday Night SmackDown. So when this stream is over, I'm going to hop on Nick's channel and I'm going to sit with Nick and we're going to go over what we saw tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. It's his debut show and I'm going to support Nick as much as I can. And I won't be here next week for Friday Night SmackDown, but whoever is hosting that, they will be on. Am I correct, Nick? The people that host Friday Night SmackDown will be on the post show.
It's
Is that is that
it's
correct?
whoever wants to join and sit and chat, review SmackDown for. We can sit and we can talk about it for an hour. We could do 20 minutes. Hit on like big time storylines and how they're progressing, what we didn't like, what we liked. Um, Kind of like similar to what Talking Smack is after SmackDown on Friday nights, or if they do it Saturday, I can't remember. So I might pull up Twitter and scroll through it for 5-10 minutes and see if there's any just any interesting thing to talk about right after SmackDown goes off the air.
So therefore, me and Nick will be Siskel and Ebert. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget, after this SmackDown is concluded, me and Nick will give our final letter grade, and we will give you our final thoughts. But like I said, don't forget, at 10:20, I'm going to shut this show down, and then I'm going to hop right over to the next channel, and we're going to give you the our final thoughts on,
Yep.
on the show. We're going to tell you what we like, what we didn't like, what we think is going to happen on an upcoming episode of SmackDown, maybe. And maybe we'll talk about Money in the Bank. We'll talk about all of that and so much more. But you know something? There are two things while Drew is talking. There are two things that I'm very intrigued about tonight, Nick. One of them is what's the repercussion of this bloodline thing? What happened to Heyman last week?
Yes.
And then another thing that's intriguing: what we're going to get at a DIY match. Are we getting a split? Are we getting a retainment? That's something we need to talk about, and that's something we're going to watch very closely tonight here on Friday Night SmackDown. I don't know if you agree with me with that, but those are my 2 bullet points about SmackDown tonight. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So like I was active and posting away. The kickoff show was on earlier. I did talk little bit about that.
Oh,
They kind of did the same thing that they're doing now. They had the men's and the women's talent that's in the matches tomorrow come up onto the stage. They were there in front of the Toronto crowd. Um, Trish Stratus was announced that she will be the host of Money in the Bank tomorrow. I'm trying to think of what else like popped up before. And they went down the line and everyone gave their why and why they think they're gonna win. And then like you said about the tag titles will reportedly fight from Fightful Select. They will apparently be the main event tonight on SmackDown.
which is good because then that builds up more intrigue into
Yes.
what we're going to get in the main event. That is what I like about Triple H. I like when he does things like that because that you don't want to put it on the first docket. What you want to do is keep building it up because you want to know what we're going to get out of the main event. Are we going to get a retainment? Or are we going to get a split? What are we getting? That's what I want to know. That's exactly what I want to know. And thank you, Triple H, for doing that. So
Exactly.
all of the men that are in the Money in the Bank have been put out on the floor, and Knight and Uso are standing tall in the ring. Wow. Wow. Don't forget, we are on the air at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific for Money in the Bank. Now, we will be on the air. We're going to be on the air on the Facebook side. We're going to be on the air at 6:50 Eastern Standard Time, and I believe Nick and Martina will be on the air at 7 Eastern when they go live.
Yep.
So we'll be on there at 6:50. You follow us behind. We're going to be the front of the horse, and you all will be the.
Yep, Hunter from Apples and Grapes Media will also be joining Martina and I
Oh,
for
okay,
for
okay.
Team Facebook. So I'm excited to see how a trio does on Facebook. So
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting, Hunter. I think that'll be very interesting indeed, and then it'll be Hunter's first watch along, I believe. Am I correct?
uh no, he and I did the Rumble this year.
Oh,
And
okay,
we've done a couple other we've done a couple UFC ones as well.
okay. So it'll be Hunter, Martina, and Nick. No, those are not lawyers. Those are passionate wrestling fans, and you're gonna watch Money in the Bank 2024. That's what you're gonna watch. Oh, and look out, Piper Niven again, Tax Bailey. I don't think Bailey and Piper Niven are done. Piper Niven again attacks Bailey behind the scenes to talk about she's gonna win the Money in the Bank. She's gonna pull down the. Now, I believe Nick, you have picked Tiffany Stratton to be the winner of the women's Money in the. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's Tiffy time.
Yeah. Uh huh. Okay. All right. If you all didn't hear the announcement that I made earlier, Trish Stratus is going to host Money in the Bank. She's going to be part of the Money in the Bank. And what role will she play in Money in the Bank? That's a good question.
So I think she's gonna interfere with Zoe Stark, and they're possibly gonna run that back, just because during the kickoff show when Michael Cole announced that Trish Stratus would be hosting it, Zoe Stark immediately turned and cut a promo towards her, saying that she was old and she can't hang. So I definitely see her coming out, and I think there's going to be a lot of shenanigans in both Money in the Banks. I really, really do.
Yeah, well, you know something, in Money in the Bank, in both Money in the Bank, there is no disqualification. So, as much as I hate shenanigans in matches, as much as I despised it, I have to go with the Earthside question and agree with Nick. I believe that these two matches are going to have some monkey business in there. Not what I'm used to. Not what I'm used to, but all right, we're going to get spoon fed it. All right, I get it. I understand. We're going to commercial mode, and we'll be back with more Friday Night SmackDown if you keep it where it is.
There was another cool moment in the kickoff show. Michael Cole introduced Chelsea and said that usually things in Canada are pretty cool, but because Chelsea's from Canada, he said I have to make an exception. And then the crowd was giving her Chelsea Green chants, and then Chelsea immediately had Michael introduce her the right way, and then he tried to do it like Samantha Irvin does it. And then whatever the crowd was chanting for Chelsea, Cole said, even the crowds cheer for me in my hometown.
Let me ask you something. Then, where did they have the kickoff show at? What was it? Was it in the It was. I know it wasn't in the arena, but it was probably.
It was in the arena. It was in the concourse of the arena.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yep.
okay. All right. I didn't see it. I was preparing for the show tonight. I did not. I did not see it, but I heard it was highly entertaining. Sarah, how are you tonight?
What's up, Sarah?
Sarah, how are you? Thank you so much for your time and energy and your appearance. We'll be back with more SmackDown. My name is Ogle Legend. That is Hall of Fame Nick, and we'll be back with more of Friday Night SmackDown. If you all know now, going forward, I will introduce all of my panelists as Hall of Famers because I did put them in the Hall of Fame, and I have to use the titles accordingly. So, and I have to use them accordingly and respect them for what they are, and they are brilliant people. So they belong in the Hall of Fame. So now, when they come on my show, they will be introduced as Hall of Famers. Yeah, so we'll be back with more SmackDown if you keep it where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeet. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, let me ask you something, Nick. Were you entertained by SmackDown last week in Madison Square Garden? Was that the most entertaining thing you ever seen in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides all of the censoring and the mutes, the audio cutting out and the commercials every what felt like every 5 minutes. Sarah says, I'm good. I'm excited to watch Money in the Bank tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm excited too that it's actually during the nighttime and not during the middle of the day because then I don't know what to do with the rest of my night. But that's not an issue this weekend
Well,
because I have a double dose
well,
of Money in the Bank and Heat Wave.
right. So, I know what you could have done with the rest of your night, Nick. That's very simple. You have to do the Prince Nana. Do the Prince Nana.
No, no. No, no. Nick, you got the bad weather
Grandizer.
last week. Yeah, what was that? Monday and Tuesday it rained. I think Tuesday I lost power. In the
Right.
afternoon. I think I wasn't able to do NXT, and then uh Wednesday I was still without power, so I missed Dynamite. Yeah, I thought last week's episode was great, although the commercial breaks were ridiculous. Sarah said, "Yeah, I mean it was 9:32, and the main event match started, and I said I would be shocked if it doesn't go to commercial by 9:40, and at 9:39 they went to commercial.
Yep. And here comes Pretty Deadly in the ring, and they are going to they're going to take on the Street Profits. Yeah, you know something. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We won't have to deal with Raw anymore with commercials because once we go to Netflix, it will be commercial free and it will be uncensored. Raw is going to be uncensored. Now, when SmackDown comes to Fox, there is a rumor that we will have a 3 hour telecast, which means, which means, I guess more commercials, more of the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't. I'm not buying any time changes until we get it from Triple H or WWE themselves.
right,
Um,
exactly.
as all we know right now is that it's going to be edgier. And Triple H did hint at the uncensor whatever on Raw whenever it goes to Netflix, which is fine. But my thing is with Fox, they just black out the screen completely. They don't just cut the audio; they just black out the screen completely. And last week during Logan Paul's segment, he came out and they cut the screen and it went black for the pretty much the entire segment. So it
Well,
just I missed it
you
all.
know. Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that, Nick, but you know why? There were several fans in the audience that had questionable signs, and they had to take them down. And
Yeah,
then this is security's fault. Because here's the thing. When you come into an arena, there you are screened by security, and you are supposed to unfurl your sign and let the security read it before you even come to the turnstile. Randizer, thank you so much for your comment. Well, you're supposed to be, Sarah, thank you again for your comment. Um, and Grandizer again, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Hit the like button. Thanks, Grandizer. Thank you.
thank you. Yep.
Thank
But
you.
yeah,
Thank you,
yep.
many thanks. So you're supposed to be screened, and it's not fair for a viewer who is watching the show to have constant black screen. Now, you and I experienced that together when we did a SmackDown once. I don't remember what city it was in.
It was during
Some idiot.
It was
during
during one
the
of the ones when The Rock was out there and he
yes,
was roasting everyone,
yes, yeah,
and the
right,
one sign it said "Die Rocky Die."
right,
And
and
yeah,
they
it's different whenever a sign is right there in the front where you can see it. But this was while Logan and Tyrese were walking towards the ring, where you can't even really see the signs at this point yet. I also know that they were chanting, yeah, F. The Knicks fans were chanting about the Pacers, and they were probably throwing out the you know certain words that Fox can sure like bleep it or just censor cut the audio, but you don't have to just throw the black screen up and then us not see it at all. I mean, between the
right.
commercials and the black screens, I saw more of those two things than I did the actual show itself.
Again, I apologize. I mean, I felt bad for anybody who was watching it. I was in the arena. I was there, and we're going to commercial. We'll be back with the conclusion of Elton Prince and Kit Wilson taking on the Street Profits here on Friday Night SmackDown. I do apologize, everyone, for not calling the match, but me and Nick got into a conversation, and I didn't. I want to get his thoughts on it, and I didn't want to interrupt him, and I didn't want to cut him off, and I didn't want to do that. So I do apologize. But I will run the match as soon as we come back from commercial. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Again, I want to just say this, and I want to say this clearly. When you guys come to an arena, when you guys make the signs or whatever, make sure you make it clean and make sure you make sense. Don't sit there and make a fool of yourself by putting something that the WWE brass is looking at in the audience, because they have people. Whether you notice or not, I don't know if you will notice or not, but when you go to a WWE event, they have these people called seat watchers. And these people are sitting there and they are part of production. They'll sit there and they'll watch. And if something it looks nefarious to them and they don't like what they see and they think it's about to hit the camera, they will ask the people in the truck to black it out while they investigate and they throw the person out. So I'm just telling you that's what they do. That's what the WWE does. They have a very strict policy when it comes to that. So if you were deprived of what you were seeing last week on SmackDown, again, it's Fox, it's WWE, and it's management, and that's what you have to take it up with.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't wait for them to get off of Fox. I really can't. I can't wait. The move to USA will be even better for SmackDown. And then Netflix is going to be great with Raw.
mhm.
The 3 hours and the non-commercials, we're going to have to see what they're really going to do, because Triple H did say on the Pat McAfee show, he was throwing around those questions like, how are commercials going to work? How are ads going to work? How are they going to do it? Are they going to just roll ads to shortly in between here and there to preview what's coming up, and kind of do like how they do ads or commercials and with the premium live events where they just roll B-roll or video packages, because they're definitely not going to go 3 hours straight of action, continuous action. I just don't think that they
No,
can. I don't think that they would do that.
and my voice won't be able to handle it. Anyway,
And I mean, not only that, but whenever you're there at the venue, arena, whatever, live, like they do they do the small breaks so people can get up and go to the bathroom, come back, and then do like the DX cam and all that fun stuff. And of course, like if
right.
there's different matches or stipulations where the ring
Ooh,
turns into a mess, they gotta cut the feed and then clean that up. So that, I mean, they need the breaks in there, so it's not going to be commercial free
right.
completely. It's just not going to be TV commercials, which I'm fine with. I would rather watch B-roll or video packages than regular commercials that we see every week after week.
Like if you would take the screen and make it small, like how they do in picture-in-picture. If you make the screen small and then you put up a graphic that says upcoming WWE live events or something
Right,
like that,
right,
and
right,
then show that for a quick
right,
second, and then cut
right,
that off and come back to the live action,
right.
and you can do something like that. something like that
Exactly.
would work. And what is this? Double nogger, and both men are down. In the ring now is Kit Wilson, and B-Fab is on the floor, and she's going apoplectic, and she tags in Elton Prince. Prince is in the ring, and the Street Profits are just beating the snot out of them. Pretty deadly. It's pretty boring at this point. And what's
Yeah.
this now? Yeah. And down goes Elton Prince. Kit Wilson comes in and he gets a flatliner right in the face. And what's this now? What is this? Ooh, super kick to the gut. Ooh, kicked in the chest. Ooh, and a stuck up insecurity in the back of the head. And what is this now? Uh-oh. Oh, down he goes. Down he goes, and he's channeling his inner Hulk Hogan. And he splashed him. 1, 2, no. Elton Prince kicks out at 2. And what is this? Don't forget, Heat Wave will happen this Sunday. Nick and London will have that telecast.
Yep.
And
Yep.
what?
Yep.
Yeah. And I wish you guys the best of luck in that telecast. I just hope. Now, here's the thing for me, Nick, and I really hope this happens. I hope the crowd is much better than what we got in Vegas, because that crowd was terrible.
Yeah.
And what is this now? Oh, what an electric chair! And what is this now? Down he goes. 1, 2, no. Elton Prince breaks up the count. Montez Ford is on the floor. And what is this? Oh, what a right hand. Angelo Dawkins gets rolled up. 1, 2, no. Dawkins kicks out at 2. He whips to the rope and he missed. Dalton of the and what a pounce! What a pounce! I believe he's in Section 5, Nick. I believe that he's in Section 5. And what is this? What is this? And a plunger? We got a plunger. And this match is presented by Prime Energy Drinks.
That's the hydration one. The hydration. Prime hydration.
The hydration one? The Prime hydration. Yep. Thank you very much, Nick, for that correction.
C4 is the energy. C4 is the energy.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right. Okay. Thank you very much.
And that is the new Prime WWE bottle as well, which is now available at Target and Walmart.
Well, thank you very much. And Nick just got paid $500. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and the Street Profits are your winners here on Friday Night SmackDown. He's not the only one that can do promos. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and there is A-Town down and now they're backstage and they're talking. They're cutting a promo. I'm glad you and I are on the same page. We're undefeated. We're the tag team champions. Well, you're undefeated because you use your friend as a lawn dart. That's what you used him for. That's what he's used for. He's not used for anything else. And I think that's what's going to happen in this main event. He's going to pull him right in front of him, just like he did all the other times, and that's going to cost them. They're going to argue about it on the floor, and that's going to cost them the match. I have a funny feeling that's how this match is going to end. They're trying to put us against each other. Don't let them win. Don't let them. We got to be on the same page. Okay, now they want to be on the same page. Well, they're not going to be on the same page tonight. We're going to see. A-Town Down will take on DIY tonight in the main event of SmackDown. So up next, Nick, we're going to talk about Daddy Heyman. Oh, no. Oh, no, Daddy Heyman. Oh, no. Daddy, why did you do what you did to me?
No,
Let me go.
time out, time out, time out, time out. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Heyman stood up for himself and is no longer associated with these wannabe bloodlines, with these wannabe bloodline punks. Therefore, Heyman is now no longer that. He's back to being Heyman, and that means that he is back to serving the one and the only tribal chief and the head of the
Yeah, but
table,
you see,
Roman Reigns.
I have orders from our founding forefather, Mitch Kosky, who says that I must address Heyman as daddy. So therefore, I have no alternative. Grandizer, what's your comment?
He said I don't follow wrestling. I just follow Earl to show support and so that he gets the watch hours. You lads are
Um,
good people.
yeah, thank you, Grandizer. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so
Well,
much
yeah,
for your time and
yeah.
energy.
I appreciate you watching the show too. Feel free to go over to my channel, subscribe, and leave the window open because I will eat those watch hours up just as much. So
Right, exactly. Yes, and subscribe to him because he's fabulous at what he does, and he's such a good sport. Because last time we were here on Friday Night Friday, I did call Eamon Daddy, and of course Mitch loved it so much, and he told me to address him as such. So therefore, Solo came to him and he was like, "Well, I'm gonna have to do this. I have to spare the rod, spoil the child." Okay, Daddy, whatever you say. So he put him through the table. He went through the table, Daddy did. And, it's just like the song says, what did your daddy do? What daddy do? What daddy do? No. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. um, I'm sorry, Dick. I'm sorry, but I just have to call it the way I see it. You know I don't sugarcoat anything on this show. I'm sorry, but that's what happened. That is just what happened. He went through the table. He went through the table and he was carted out of Madison Square Garden last week. But what's going to happen now? And let me ask you something. Um, Apparently, Roman Reigns has stopped following Solo on Instagram. What is up with that?
I saw that a couple days ago, sometime last week, or whenever it surfaced and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, as he should. Solo's is a poser. He's trying to be what he was never. He was named the tribal heir, but Roman never said, "Okay, now it's your time." So,
Mm.
he's stepping on the toes. He's gonna he's gonna get what's coming to him. Yes, it is
Great.
Super Sports Media. It should be in the description below. And again, follow the YouTube, the Facebook, Twitter, for all of us. The network, the Hardcore Sports Network on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and then Earl on Twitter, and YouTube, and then me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Those are my biggest three.
Right. We are all over social
Yeah,
media platforms. Yes, we are. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
And you can follow me on Instagram as well. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow Nick on Instagram. But make sure to share the correct change, or else Mr. Nick will make you snap tap on that. Anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. We're showing you right now what happened to Haben last week on Friday Night SmackDown. It wasn't good. It wasn't good because Solo lied to Heyman and said what was his name?
Jacob
What was it?
Fatu was not in the
Jacob
arena.
Fatu was not in the arena.
Yep.
Thank you, Nick.
Yep. Yep.
Jacob Fatu was not in the arena. And what happened afterwards was, well, some people call it heinous. Some people call it heinous.
Technically, I guess Solo didn't lie at that point because Jacob Fatu could have not been in the arena at that moment, and then he showed up later. So you never know.
You never know. All right. So Piper Niven will take on Bailey tonight on SmackDown. Nick, Piper Niven will take on Bailey after she spoke to the SmackDown general manager.
So ESPN, I'm just seeing ESPN has released their top 10 the top 10 power rankings for both the men and the women. So far through 2024, the men's are Cody Rhodes, Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, John Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Damian Priest, Okada, and MJF.
Now let me ask you something, Nick. Candice LeRae is coming down here with Indy Hartwell. What did you make of the ending of Dynamite this past Wednesday night? What an
I
ending! Mm.
I missed the ending. I haven't gotten a chance to go back and watch it yet.
Oh, you! I'm not telling you one thing. You need to sit back and watch the ending. It was horrific. MJF went off, and off he did. So this happened last Friday on SmackDown. Heyman was in the ring with the Blood Knight, and Solo asked for the microphone. He asked them to acknowledge him. This was an acknowledgement ceremony. And then he went to Heyman and he says, now, now, Daddy, you better acknowledge me. Um, and Daddy turned to Solo and, Daddy, I can't acknowledge you like that because I only have one dad. Yeah, uh-huh. And Samoan Spike was ordered at the dinner table. Yeah, and he did receive it. And then he took out I think what really got to Heyman was when he took out the tribal necklace. That was the ultimate slap in the face. And Heyman was like, there is no way I'm putting this on you. There is no way this is going on. Heyman was shocked.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
you are
I
not.
loved everything about this segment from Paul Heyman not sleeping for 4 days before it to really like tune in on how stressed he is and everything like that. You can see it in his eyes right now. Um, he's letting the stubble grow out. He's not dyeing his hair. He did this before when Roman took his absence, and it just every time he does it, I love it. And then of course his how did you get that to the Alafula and you are not my tribal chief. I had chills for an hour after this.
And they put the necklace on Solo, and Heyman was bleeding a little bit from the mouth when he was carted out. I'm not sure what happened after that, but we're gonna get a medical update on Heyman, I believe, after this.
Not from Kayla Braxton because she is no longer with WWE.
Right, exactly. All right, so I guess we're not going to be getting an update very soon, but Heyman is going to be out for a while. Heyman will be out
He'll
for.
be back with the one and the only, the tribal chief.
Yeah, that's my true daddy. Yeah, that's so. Anywho, anywho. Here comes Jade. Here comes Jade. Here's the thing. When Roman does come back, he's gonna bring Heyman with him, and he's probably gonna bring Jimmy back with him too. So now this is going to be very interesting because he put Jimmy on the shelf, he put Heyman on the shelf, and now will he do the same thing to Roman? Because remember, he will be outnumbered 4-2. And Bianca Belair is coming. Yeah, yes, Nick. I'm sorry.
My thing is, I was thinking about this earlier today. Roman wasn't drafted, so
Okay.
he could show up on Raw first. My thought is he was going to be on Raw going forward because there's no way Netflix isn't going to want him on Raw. And because SmackDown is moving to USA, they like Cody.
We'll be back.
He can stay on USA. Roman could come back and go to Raw and apologize to Jay first, and then bring Jimmy back and then go after the Bloodline, and then we have the Civil War.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna be back with the women's tag team match. And by the way, we want to send a very special happy birthday to two special people. First of all, I want to send a very happy birthday to Charles Robinson, who turned 60 this week. He turned 60. He is the oldest WWE referee in WWE history. Charles Robinson, at the age of 60, still puts rings together. He still climbs trusses, and he officiates matches at the right young age of 60. So congratulations to Charles Robinson on that. And we have to give a very happy birthday to Mac the Giants fan. Mac the Giants fan had a birthday on the 4th of July. Our founding forefathers must have been proud that we had a Mac in the building. Thank you so much. And we'll be back with more Friday Night SmackDown if you keep it where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, this bloodline thing, this bloodline storyline is really intriguing. Really intriguing because are we going to get a reunitement of the Usos and Roman to go after the bloodline? Is that
Yeah.
something that's possible? Is that something
Yeah.
that's feasible? If that's
Yeah.
something that's feasible, yeah,
Yeah.
we could get that. We could get that at the Survivor Series in War Games. Yeah, we could get that.
So
Um,
I was listening to that podcast that Mitch sent us in the wrestling group chat, and they had a very
yes.
they just mentioned it briefly, but they said about doing a War Games match with Bloodline OG versus 2.0. I would rather see a traditional Survivor Series match and do the elimination style, just so it can still be really good and it can be a change of pace from we've gotten War Games the last 2 years. I would like to see it
Okay.
go like to every two you switch it, or every other you switch it.
Oh, okay. I see
Um,
what you're saying.
just because, and the way they pointed out, just because The Rock did hurt his elbow filming his movie, so
Right.
to protect him and get as many matches out of him as you can to put into this bloodline, the civil war that is coming. You could either have him go at the very end of the War Games match if that's what they would do, or you could just have him be eliminated first. So there's two quick and simple ways, but I would like to see all 5-on-5, a traditional Survivor Series match, especially if Roman and Bloodline OG go to Raw, and then you can do it the Raw versus SmackDown, and you could do it that way. Um, and then, or
I don't have a problem with it.
you could even mix the two and still do the War Games with with different teams, or just there's so many ways around it. But I wouldn't mind going back to the traditional Survivor Series and seeing title versus title, or champion versus champion, and the 5-on-5 traditional elimination matches.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that assessment. And and Jade gets covered here, and she gets a 2 count out of it. Jade kicks out at 2. Jade kicks out at 2, and what is this now? Oh, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are taking on Jade and Bianca Belair after what happened last week at Madison Square Garden. So they put this together. And what's this? Oh, Candice and Indy Hartwell just struck Jade, and now she's mocking Jade, and she's pushing Jade. And look for Bianca and Jade to revoke their rematch clause for that tag team belt sometime down the line, I believe. And Jade now is going to want to tag. Uh-oh. No. No, 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 no. Almost. She's a fingertip away. Oh, and they both kicked each other, and down goes both ladies. And again, this match should have been booked in the library because this match is very quiet. Both ladies are down in this match.
Or I'll be right back. 1 second.
Okay, all right then. And Bianca down's in the ring, and she's a house of fire. And what a drop kick by Bianca. Bianca now is suckering Candice LeRae, and what's this now? Oh, tilt over. Oh, look out. Look out, vertical suplex. Down she goes. And a nip up by Bianca. And what is this now? Oh, what a shoulder block. And she's beating the stew. She is beating the stew out of Candice LeRae. No, she missed. And look out, look out. Bianca. Oh, what a power slam. Oh, what a kick in the face by Candice LeRae. LeRae down the top. Oh, no. Bianca caught her. And Candice has looked like she's going for a ride. Oh, right on top of Indy Hartwell. Is she going to give it a KOD? Oh, no. And, oh, down she goes. 1, 2, no. Candice LeRae kicks out at 2. And tags in Jade. Jade is coming in the ring now. And I believe this match is going to be over. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and Bianca. Oh, we'll go roll up. 1, 2, 3. No. No. Oh, just a millisecond away. And look out. Oh, and a pump kick. Down goes Candice LeRae. Indy Hartwell comes in, and she gets waylaid. And look out. Uh-oh. Here comes the Jaded. And the KOD, the kiss of death. Bang. 1, 2, 3. That is it. Bianca and Jade are your winners here on Friday Night SmackDown. Grandizer, thank you so much for your comment.
He said, Nick, I don't know if you ever seen me right. Earl reminds me of listening to a sports announcer on AM radio in the 1970s, scanning shortwave and AM radio at night to catching an event. Earl Cole is the man of 100 voices.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Grandizer. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Grandizer. I greatly appreciate it. And what is this now? 1, 2, and Jade is your winner here on Friday Night SmackDown. And in the ring is Kathy Kelly, and she's talking to the both of them. Jade said we're going to get those titles back. We'll see you soon. It'll be interesting to see when they will pull that trigger. Maybe at SummerSlam. We're going to get that rematch at SummerSlam. Don't forget, SummerSlam will happen on August the 3rd in Cleveland, Ohio, at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. And so far, the tickets are flying out the window for that event. And it's going to be an interesting night of action in Cleveland. We're going to the progressive match flow. Don't forget, me and Sarah will have Friday Night SmackDown when we do the Go Home Show. The Go Home Show for Friday Night SmackDown on the 2nd of August. And this happened last week. Progressive match flow. You see, this is what I mean. He uses him as a lawn dart. And then he sits up there and he says, and he doesn't apologize for it. There's no accountability for it. You just pull him in front of him and take the bump. It's like, here, I don't want to take this drop kick to the face. You do it. He just pulled him right in there like that. I don't think that's a friend. I don't think that's a friend. I don't know what that's not a friend. That's not what friends do. Friends have your back. Now, you see, when Nick had a problem with his audio and he blamed Uncle Howdy, I told Nick I'd take care of Uncle Howdy for him, and I'd move him out the way so he doesn't get any injuries or anything like that. So he's in one piece. I'll take the bump. I'll take the punishment, whatever Uncle Howdy dishes out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what colleagues do. That's exactly what colleagues do. But this ain't no friend. This ain't no friend. And I think tonight we're gonna get a dissolvement of this friendship. I have a feeling. Or we could get a retainment. What
Jack
is this?
Escape TNT Goat Perry says, "You're telling me
Oh,
WWE had Jey Uso on SmackDown, the home of the Bloodline, and the Bloodline didn't come out to attack him at all? Booker of the Year, indeed."
okay. Oh wow.
Chad Gable gets murdered and medically cleared 3 days after wins a match with Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. Yeah, Booker of the Year. Yeah, I mean,
Good.
who knows if we've seen the last of Jey Uso tonight, and if there is going to be a mix up with the Bloodline and him. But Jungle Bum, I don't know what to tell you. I
Jungle
mean,
Bum.
Gable was cleared and he won the match. So
Right.
I don't know.
There's
I don't
nothing
know
we.
I don't know what you want, Jungle Bum Perry.
Uh, remember when you make those comments, that's the heel and that's the baby face. Just to make sure that you understand. Anyway, Jack Perry, thank you so much for your comment. Thank you so much for your comment.
If you're not hating on the weird booking, then go and subscribe to my channel, my Facebook, Earl's channel, the network's channel, and the network's Twitter, Earl's Twitter, my Twitter, and all the other channels down below. If you are indeed not hating Jack Perry,
Yeah.
and
Jack Perry.
aren't you late for Rampage?
Oh, ooh. Again, like I said before, I say it again. That's the heel, and that's the bit. I'm
No,
the.
Jack, I'm just messing. Like Earl said, I'm the heel, so I'm just messing and poking fun right back. But no, I get what you're saying. With Jay being on SmackDown, but he is there because of the
Money in the bank.
of the Money in the Bank. So they had all the people there. But it is interesting that Seth Rollins isn't there tonight, and he will be there tomorrow with Michael Cole for an interview before Money in the Bank. It's your first time here. Yeah, no problem. I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. Please subscribe and thank you for stopping by, tuning in and finding us.
Yeah.
Subscribe to all the channels and you're welcome here anytime.
Yeah, you're welcome here anytime. Like I said, hit that like button. Hit that like button on all our channels. We greatly appreciate it. I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
He says, yeah, but Jay on SmackDown, they could at least do a segment with him in Solo or something. Exactly. I think it's coming all in due time, especially if Jay wins, then he can go to and from SmackDown to Raw. So that's the way. That can be the way around the brand split, and we're gonna get that eventually. That is
we're gonna get it. We're gonna get that eventually, Japper. You just have to be patient. They're doing these bloodline storyline and all of these storylines very slowly and methodically. You don't want to do it rush. You don't want to rush through it because then critical elements of the storyline will be missed and it would look very sloppy. So you have to build things up first before you even do anything. You can't put the cart before the horse. So we need to slow it down a little bit. Right now, we're focusing on what they did to Heyman, and then we will move up the ladder eventually. And don't forget, Money in the Bank is presented by a weekly American vodka, and of course, Prime drinks, and that's all happening tomorrow night on the in Toronto at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And Cody Rhodes, and again tonight, the Bloodline will be coming out. They are going to address what they did to Heyman, and who knows what Solo's gonna say? Who knows what they're all gonna say? They probably are laughing all the way Money in the Bank. No question. No pun intended. And here comes Kevin. Excuse me. Here comes Kevin Owens. Here comes Kevin Owens. Here comes Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. They're going to be cutting a promo on the Bloodline because tomorrow night We're gonna have that 6-man tag team match, and that's gonna be woolly wild and all over the place. I think that this match should have had a stipulation to it. I think it should have had some kind of street fight, Toronto street fight. I would have done that. I would have done something like that to book it like that because I am quite sure this match is not going to stay in the ring. This match is very volatile. It was just like last week on SmackDown in the Garden. They came out of the curtain hot. The crowd went bananas. So um, yeah, this match is going to be all over the place. So I guess it'll be Solo, Tamatanga, and Tonaloa will be in the match, which means you're going to have to be careful of the other bloodline member, which is going to be on the floor, and you know he's going to be up the thighs. And here comes Randy Orton. What a packed house tonight here in Toronto. Notice the WWE used the same entrance that they did in the Garden. They made the stage smaller so that the audience could sit in the back of the video wall, which they did brilliantly last week. And they nixed the pyro. They nixed the pyro tonight in Toronto because they don't want the fans hurt behind the video wall. So they nixed that. And they did it in the Garden too last week. And I thought it was a cool setup. I thought it was a cool setup. It made an intimate moment for the fans to be right there behind the video wall, but the video wall wasn't that high where they couldn't see anything. They could just look directly at the entrance as the wrestlers came out, and they saw the line, how long the aisle was. And it was a long aisle, by the way, in the Garden. It's much long. This is shorter. The Garden was a lot longer than that. So. Orton now, and the crowd is going apoplectic for Orton. They are going, wait till Cody comes out. Now the place really going to explode. Because they just love Cody Rhodes in the North here in Toronto. Here comes Cody. Here he comes, Nick. Here comes the champion, and he's about to cut a promo about the match tomorrow night. Now, let me ask you something, Nick, while Cody's coming out here. Who do you want to win the 6-man tag team match?
I have Mitch and I both have Solo pinning Cody to set up their match at SummerSlam.
Okay. I think that's an interesting thing. That's interesting. Cody comes out with a new vest on, with his signature on the back of the vest. I like that. The outfit that Cody is wearing, would you wear that, Nick?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, he looks great. I mean, that's more his style than it is mine.
Right.
So I
can picture you wearing that. I can picture you wearing that in a sport coat. I can picture you wearing that.
I'm more of, when I dress up, it's more I'm wearing a wrestling t-shirt and then I just have a tie on like Kevin Owens does.
I knew where that ball was going to bounce, and I knew exactly where it was coming. All right. That's enough fashion talk for tonight. I'm done.
Jack Perry, yep, we covered that one. Daniel Beery Sports is here as usual. Jack Perry also says, fun fact, I see Roman Reigns showing up tomorrow to cost Rollins his title match. Don't forget, Rollins was the reason that Roman lost his title. Coming for vengeance. He's going after Rollins, not the bloodline. That would be cool, but I think Roman's coming back as a babyface. So he's not.
I don't see that. I don't see that in the crystal ball, Jack Perry. I'm sorry.
Zelina Vega is here after getting her butt whooped by Liv Morgan on Monday night. What's up, Zelina Vega?
I leave Zelina Vega.
Jack Perry
Please.
says because the bloodline is going to end up with a bloodline civil war. Uh, uh, 2.0 Solo Jacob and Zilla versus the Tongans Hikilo, Tama, and Tonga. So that could be interesting. The podcast I watched also did say something about that. You could still do the civil war within the civil war to kind of figure out who's like the actual head of the table.
We will talk about this,
That
Cody.
that's very interesting. I do like that.
I do like that scenario. Yeah,
And then the OG
16,000
bloodline
people.
shows up Jimmy J and Roman. There is Ram. It says,
Hey,
"Hey
Ram,
Nick,
how are you?
Earl."
Hmm. And thank you all so much for your time and energy. Everyone that's in the chat, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to Nick, subscribe to me, subscribe to the Hardcore Sports. Hit that like button on all the channels. We greatly appreciate it. And thank you all so much for your time and energy. Cody Rhodes is in the ring and he's cutting a promo right now on the match tomorrow night. I asked for a fight. We're ready for a fight. So Cody says that he's ready for a fight. And Orton is talking on the mic now. The match is going to end with the three most dangerous letters in the match. Yeah. Now I could see Orton, RKO and Tamatanga, and he eats the pin and they win the match. Or what'll happen is, the bloodline uses some kind of salt or something in the eyes of Orton, and he accidentally RKO's Cody in the match, and Tama Tonga picks up the victory in that instance after he got the Samoan spike. So I could see all of that happen in the match, all that chaotic stuff going on in the match. That's something that could happen in the match. Um, so Orton now. The crowd is chanting "Ole, Ole, Ole" when Kevin Owens is talking, because as you know, Kevin Owens can speak French, so he can address the crowd in English and French. So he said, like, Monday morning, woke up and I got something from my dad. Forget who. I jumped on a flight. I found in Quebec. 5 days or so. Same hospital she gave birth to. Oh, so Kevin Owens' mom is in the hospital and she's fighting. My mom is still fighting like hell in the hospital bed. My mother. And she told me to come in here and leave it all in the ring. And the crowd is standing for Kevin Owens. I feel for Kevin Owens. Really, that's just sad. Win, lose, or draw. All I care about. Do for years. For the last 4 years. That kicked the hell out of the bloodline. Yeah, beat their asses worse than ever before, says Kevin Owens. He's going to do it for his mom. He said, win, lose, or draw. He is beating up that bloodline. I like Kevin Owens. He's such a team player. He knows that it's an uphill battle. He may not win the match, but yeah, one thing is that Kevin Owens puts his heart and soul into WWE. He loves being WWE, likes being there, and I wish his mom the best of health. You know, it's been tough for a lot of people like Kevin Owens and Will Ospreay, you know, to do these events and everything. And if you all didn't see um, I don't know if you saw this or not, Nick, but on Wednesday night, Britt Baker came out and she did say why she was away from AEW for so long. She had a
I did
torn
catch that
labrum.
part. I did
Yeah,
catch that part.
she did have a torn labrum in her hip, and she suffered a mini stroke. And most of you all were very cruel to her. Most of you all were up there talking about, "Oh, is that a storyline?" No, that's not a storyline. That's not funny. That's not a storyline. You think having a stroke is funny? You think that's a storyline? Are you really serious? You think that that's serious? I mean, you all are really ridiculous. You all are ridiculous. Some of you fans are really ridiculous, and I'm being kind because what I really want to say I would be in hot water, but I'm sorry. You all are ridiculous. You all are really ridiculous. What you're thinking, really? I mean, ay ay ay. Um, and they're talking about the tag team titles that have history to it, and they do. So many legends have held the tag team titles, like Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, the Nasty Boys, Demolition. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Um, yeah, there's so much history behind the tag team belts. I like what Triple H is doing here. He's introducing the fans to the tag team belts and the legacy of them, and he's doing these vignettes. I love this. I love the way Triple H just does this with new viewers and the fans who don't know the history of the WWE and what they're all about and their 50 years of journey that they've been on up until this point. Let me ask you something, Nick, while this vignette is going on. What do you make of the rumors that they want to make the Royal Rumble 2 nights?
I That's the first I'm hearing about the Rumble being 2 nights. I know
Yes, they
SummerSlam is
are.
now up to 2 nights.
Right.
But
They're
again,
they're
stuff like that is coming from dirt sheets, and I'm not anything like that. I'm not buying unless it's coming from Fightful Select or Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp, and or PW Insider or WWE themselves. But that's that. I mean, that's just me. I don't really follow Sportskeeda for anything like that or any of those other sources.
oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I hear you loud and clear. I'm not buying into it either, unless Triple H comes on the screen and says something legitimate about that they're doing the 2 nights, like you said. It has to come from the top. So I only took it in and I reported it, and if you believe it, you. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. Do I want Royal Rumble to be 2 nights? To be honest with you, no. I think you're starting to ruin the legacy of what 2 nights means. WrestleMania 2 nights is fine because that's a big weekend. That's a huge weekend. That's a massive weekend. So I don't mind that going 2 nights. As far as SummerSlam goes, I mean, now you're going to balloon the matches up to what, 14, 15, and then you're going to split them up into 2 nights because that's the only way you're going to get 2 nights out of SummerSlam. Um, I, I don't think SummerSlam deserves to be 2 nights. I don't, to be honest with you. I don't because what intrigue is there? What's the intrigue by it?
Yeah,
I mean,
I see why they're doing it 2 nights with SummerSlam. Um, it's the summer's version of WrestleMania. It's their second biggest show of the year. So why not do more and put more talent on the show with more matches as long as they make sense and they're not just being added during the kickoff show like
Tony Khan.
it,
Anyway,
yeah. But I don't have a problem with that because a couple years ago, Seth Rollins wasn't on the SummerSlam card. And
right,
all they had time for him to do was to go out and cut a promo. And he was
right, right.
very upset about that. So if you have it two nights,
No,
boom, he's on the card. So I mean the big I don't have an issue with the big four going to two nights, but right now SummerSlam and WrestleMania, you're fine. That's it. And then eventually, maybe if you do Survivor Series two nights, do one night traditional, one night War Games. Maybe that's fine. And then eventually the Rumble. But I don't really see a reason for the Rumble having to be two nights because you already get both Rumbles in one night and it's already fine. You already have a good pace of show. This year's being four matches was perfectly fine. Um, and like I said, I'd rather have 4 to 5, 7 matches at most if it's quality wrestling and it's quality storytelling versus 17 matches with 70% of them just being thrown together at the last minute to be on the kickoff show and them being multi-man tag matches.
right. And I'm gonna just say this: for the last 3 years, the Royal Rumble has not been good. Hasn't been good at all. Hasn't been good at all. And to bring it to 3 night influation, no, I'm sorry, 2 night no, no. I think you need to improve it first, and prove what you can do next year, and then see maybe. But like Nick said, and I agree with him with his assessment. I don't think doing 2 nights of Royal Rumble is feasible. It really isn't. Yeah, no. Um,
Will the Royal
Prime time
Rumble
was
have 40 people in it? I highly doubt it. I think that
they
was only
only did
for,
that once.
yeah, 40 and then 50 once as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. I don't. No. Bailey's coming down to the ring, and she has a cohesive tape of pain, as I like to call it. Um, and Naomi is down with her, and the here comes Boring Control. EO Sky is in the audience with Boring Control, and she got a mean look on her face. She's in the Mrs. Money in the Bank. Here comes Piper Niven, the Karen of all Karens, and and of course she's with Chelsea Green, which by the way she was ridiculous in that luchador outfit. That
No, that
mask
that
she
was
came to.
Chelsea Mysterio.
And she do that sloppy 619. And she keeps getting attacked by Piper Niven. There you see the Money in the Bank, the women's and the men's, and it's going to be swinging like a chandelier tomorrow night. Who's going to go up to that ladder and pull it down? We're going to find out.
Well, Chelsea also did say during the kickoff show for Money in the Bank that she has ideas um, to get the briefcase without climbing the ladder. So that was interesting. Whenever she said that, even Michael Cole kind of laughed at that. But we will definitely have to see what she means by that.
Oh, I believe she's going to use stilts. Anyway, that's the only way you're going to get up there and climb it. I mean, I don't see any other way. Either stilts or the ladder. Make up your mind. And Chelsea Green, I mean, Piper Niven now with a sidewalk slam to Bailey. Now, the only thing I don't want to see in this match, don't pin Bailey. She is the champion. Uh, oh, is it Izzy time? Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what she wants.
Izzy, what's the matter, Izzy? And what a senton by Piper Niven. She covers 1, 2, no. Bailey kicks out at 2. Just to let everybody know that this is going to be my final Friday night SmackDown assignment for this Friday. I'm going to be on vacation for the week, and I will be back. I'll be back in full effect on July the 15th. So that is July 15th. I will return to the airwaves here at the Hardcore Sports as I take off the week on vacation. Um, and Bailey now is on the floor. And Bailey knows she missed with a drop kick, and she pushes Piper Niven. And what is this now? Piper Niven spins. Oh, Bailey hits the back of her head on the ring post, and Chelsea likes what she sees. We're going to commercial. We'll be back. So we'll be back with more of Friday Night SmackDown if you keep it where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So grab a stack and come on back with Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you so much for your time and energy. We'll be back with more SmackDown. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. All right. While we're in commercial, I'm going to play this little game with Nick, and I'm going to ask him the question. I'm going to ask the question. All right, Nick. What would you rather have? What would you rather have? $50,000, someone to pay all your debts off, or would you rather have a friend's vacation in Italy?
Uh, that is tough. Um, I would take the 50K.
All right. All right. All right. Good. That's a good answer.
I would take the 50K because that would be enough to pay my school off, and then I would still have some left over. Uh, my friends from home, I'm lucky enough to take a trip to the movie theater in town. There's no trying to get them out to go to Italy is just out of the question. So I'll take the 50K.
Okay. And
I
Nick
take
just
Cash
lost
App.
some
I
friends.
take Cash App or Venmo, by the way.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. No travels checks.
No, Cash App or Venmo or cash,
Okay.
whatever you prefer.
Okay. All right. All right. And a banker's check for 50K. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Nick, for that. Thank you so much for your time and energy. Greatly appreciate it. We'll be back with more SmackDown. And we're back live here on SmackDown. And look at when she hung her up on the second woman, down she goes. And Zoe Stark is in the audience.
Yawn.
Yep. Anyway, John goes piping there with a she got with a plunger. She got her with the plunger, and here comes Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany is coming down to the ring. I don't know
It's
what she's
Tiffany
done.
time.
I think she's going to interfere in the match. I think we're going to get shenanigans now. All these ladies are in the audience. I don't see this match ending well. And look out, she's going to try to give it a rose plant, and she missed. No, she missed. And then she got a sleeper hold. And what is this? Piper Niven. Piper Niven now. She's trying to choke out Piper Niven. And it's Piper Niven. Oh, down goes Bailey. Down goes Bailey. Io Sky now looks like she wants to jump the barricade. And Layla Valkyria is looking on. I could see her winning the briefcase too, Layla Valkyria.
I would be okay with that one, but I really do think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. I really do.
Yeah. Okay. And look out! Oh look! Oh! And she spins Bailey around. No, she missed. No, she missed. And Bailey now. Oh, what a neck breaker! Down goes Piper Niven, and she's telling the crowd to wake up. They and she's telling the crowd to wake up. And Chelsea Green is on the. Oh! Now they're confronting. Oh, and she smacks the. Oh, and look out! Naomi and Chelsea Green are on the floor, and she's beating the Karen. She has beaten the Karen out of Chelsea Green. And this thing, and look out, Io Sky from behind. Oh, and look out, Layla Valkyria just jumped over the barricade, and Zoe Stark jumped over the barricade. Now it's a brawl, Nick. Now we got a brawl, and Tiffany Stratton comes in and she interferes. Now we got a brawl. Now we got a brawl. And what is she doing now? Tiffany Stratton is on the top rope. Is she gonna splash these ladies? Look out! Oh! Look out! Look out! Look out! Look out! Oh! Down goes Bailey. Oh no! Don't tell me they're gonna pin Bailey, the champion. Oh, don't do that. Oh, she missed. And she gave it a rose plant. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Bailey wins here on Friday Night SmackDown. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Ooh, that was close. With all that shenanigans on the floor. Bailey's your winner here on SmackDown. And the referee course coming out. Look out, look out, look out. Oh, oh no, Nia Jax. Nia Jax. Oh, no, big leg to Bailey right on her throat. Remember, this is her opponent at SummerSlam. What's this now? And look out again. She gives her a nasty leg drop. Queen Nia just took out Bailey, and now she's gonna squash her in the corner. Yep, typical Nia. She's gonna squash her in the corner. What do you think about Nia joining the Bloodline as the heavy? Um,
I would love it. I've been waiting for either Naomi or Nia Jax to join the Bloodline for a while now. So I would love it. I would love female presence in the Bloodline, especially if she were to win the title from Bailey at SummerSlam, and then join up with either side. I don't really see her turning face. So
right.
I mean, she would if she wins, she's going to continue to do what she's doing. And then that can lead into Solo winning a title, and the Tongas maybe taking the titles from DIY at some point, and then throwing a
Okay.
title on Fatu and just going down the list from there.
Right. And Meacham just came down and she used the kendo stick on Queen Nia to knock her crown off and chase her away. And chase her away she did. This happened last night, Sami Zayn's comedy show. Let me ask you something. I had no idea that Sami Zayn was funny. I didn't even know he was a comedian.
Yeah, I saw them promoting this a little bit, but I didn't get to watch it. I didn't really look too much into it. But you know,
I know you said that he was finished, but I don't think I kind of disagree with the assessment. And you asked me which part, so I'm going to bring it up. What I disagree with was the finish part. I understand what you were talking about before. I all interwooved it and I dissected it and everything. So I agree with some of the parts you said. But as far as him being finished, I don't think he's finished. I don't think he's finished by any stretch of the imagination. Um, he's going to give Braun Breaker a run for his money tomorrow night, but I think Sammy's going to run out of gas. I think Sammy's going to run out of gas. I believe we're going to have a new champion in Braun Breaker. He's going to hold that Intercontinental title high in Toronto tomorrow night. And don't forget, Trish Stratus is the official host of Money in the Bank.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I when I said that he was finished, I just meant he was finished as Intercontinental Champion, and that I mean
Oh, okay.
I mean, to me, he does fall under that category of the Trick Williams, of the Cody Rhodes. They're better off chasing the title than they are winning and holding the title. I'm sorry, but
Oh.
it it's been 3 months, and Cody's title run has been it's been no different than what he's been doing the last 2 years, being the champion without the title. And when that's the case, like, what's it really doing for the title? It felt like a bigger deal whenever it wasn't on the show every week because of Roman and him putting that prestige on the title. And I'm sorry, but it's just yeah. I'm tired of the same thing from Cody. It was the same thing as the last 2 years without the title, and he's doing the same thing now that he has the title.
But don't you think that they need to build him up first before we get started? Don't because here's the thing though, you don't want to put him in title matches where it makes no sense. So the opponent has to make sense. You
But that
can't
was the whole
just
thing of what everyone was complaining about with Roman. Why doesn't he
yeah.
defend it week to week? Have him go out there and give an open challenge. Sure, once, twice a month, and then the other, like, the 2 weeks after that, you build a story up until the next pay per view. His first defense, it was against Carmelo Hayes, and then after that, it's been AJ Styles twice, and now he's in this multi-man tag match with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton and the Bloodline. What's he gonna feud with next? Is it gonna be a one-on-one with Solo, or is Randy Orton gonna turn on him? And that's what they're gonna do at SummerSlam.
Yeah, well, that's a good question. But here's the thing, Here's the thing. My whole thing is that when Roman was champion, he wasn't prominent on television. Wasn't prominent, and neither was the belt. So that was an issue with the fans. That was one issue. That was one
But
issue.
but when he was promoted for Roman Reigns returns next week, what did the ratings do? What did the crowd do? What did the crowd do the next week when he returned? Spike in ratings, a big pop for the announcement of his return, and a big pop for his actual return.
Um, I guess I can't say anything about that. There's just really nothing I can say about that. There's really no counterpoint to that. You're absolutely right about that. But again, it did go weary with the fans. It weird thin on them, because they had it up to here with him not defending the title as often as he wanted him to. Um, but with Cody here, I'm going to say that I agree with what you're saying wholeheartedly. Half of what you're saying, I do agree with that. But again, like I said before, I say it again. We need some worthy people to come on Cody's train station and be the person to take on him in a title run. You just can't say, okay, I'll give you an example. You can't put Grayson Waller against Cody Rhodes for the title. That's not going to look good with the audience, and that looks like you just threw him in there and you just didn't have no thought about it, no thought process, and you just threw him in there because of you're appeasing the fans. That is something you can't do. You can't do that. So again, like I said, I understand what you're saying, and I hear it complicitly, and I hear it loud and clear. Even from Martina, I hear it loud and clear. I understand it. I understand it because I'm not dumb, off with my thinking, and that's the way it's supposed to be. No, I don't trample on people's thought process, and I understand what you're saying. Um, it's just that in my eyes and the way I'm thinking here is that Triple H doesn't want to just put everything out there and just put something random because some fan asked them to, hurry up and get the Cody thing out of there. Get him on the get him out there in the ring and let him fight whoever. And if he loses the belt, okay, fine, okay, well, everybody's happy and Cody's no longer the champion. That's not something Triple H wants to, because the thing is that you build something up to a crescendo at this point, and then all of a sudden now, because the fans complain, And they're like, I don't want this anymore. I don't like what's going on here. Okay, we're gonna take the code. We're gonna take the belt off some random person, and then they bring it back on SmackDown, and the person has lost 18 matches, and now you're gonna give him a championship. That doesn't look good. That's not looking good.
Yeah,
So,
and I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. And that, I mean, there's really no way around it besides that. It right now, everyone can give a reason why they're unhappy with where we're at with the SmackDown roster, and that's it's really it's the old regime's fault because they built Roman up by destroying everyone, and you've switched rosters now what 3 or 4 times in the time since Roman has been champ to now. So it's just like it, I mean, what you can't really. There's no way around it besides just with time, and we're gonna get there. But again, it doesn't make sense that people can say what they said about Roman doing this or doing that, but then Cody's doing the exact same thing.
right, you're right. You're right. I'm not gonna. You're right, Nick. You're absolutely right. But like I said before, I say it again. Um, my whole point is that I know eventually he's going to lose that title to somebody, but you want that somebody to be creditable and to be somebody that the fans could round around with, and not somebody who keeps losing matches every 20 seconds of the day, and then all of a sudden now you just slap the title on the person, and we're supposed to embrace this person. How are we gonna invest in this person? This person kept losing matches after matches, and then all of a sudden now he gets a title shot and he wins the title. How does that? How's that work?
Exactly.
Because that's something that Tony Khan would do. That's something
Yes.
Tony Khan would do.
One
Uh,
1000%.
yeah, that's something Tony Khan would do, and I don't think Triple H wants to go that Tony Khan route. No. So we're ready for the SmackDown beta event. We're ready for the SmackDown beta event here tonight on Fox, and it's DIY taking on Grayson Waller and, of course, Austin Theory for the titles. The tag team titles are up for grabs. And what are we going to see? What are we going to see? By the way, I don't know if you all saw that in the camera shot there when they were looking at the gorilla position. The gorilla position is very long this year. They got a lot of people behind that gorilla on headsets. And, I'm just very curious to see who produced this match, and what are we gonna? Oh, Grayson Waller just ripped up a sign from a fan, a little boy. He just took it out of the little boy's hand and ripped it up in front of him. That's not nice. That's very classy. That's not classy. That's not nice. Grayson Waller is a fool, and I hope tonight he gets his just deserved from his partner, because I have a feeling this is not going to end well. Um, don't forget, next Friday, SmackDown comes to Worcester, Mass. Nick, they're going to go to Worcester, Massachusetts, and the DCU Center, which, by the way, is almost sold out, and it outsold AEW by a country mile. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we're getting. Oh, Mike Rome is in the ring. He's taking over for Alicia Taylor tonight, who's not available here on SmackDown. Okay, Mike Rome is about to introduce the champions and the challengers. And like I said, London and Nick will have Heat Wave this Sunday night. And the show will start at 7 Eastern. I'm assuming you guys will be on the air at 7 o'clock,
Yeah.
right on time.
Yep. Yep.
Right. So the show will start at 7. I hope the crowd is as lively as beats the Vegas crowd from last time the NXT was on Peacock. Um, and eight, and your referee for this contest is Jessica Carr. Mm, all right. We are getting ready for the SmackDown Tag Team Title match. Are we going to get a retainment? Or are we going to get a? Are we going to get a breakup? Let's see. All right. Grayson Waller is in the ring now, and oh, what a shot in the gut! And he whips him to the, down goes Theory. Oh, and he missed. And what's this now? We got a stalemate. And look how all 4 men are in the ring now, and they're teeing off on one another. And what's this now? Oh, double clothesline. Down goes A-Town down. And look how here comes a double splash. Oh, double splash to both men. And they're clapping at the handiwork. And we're going to commercial, and we'll be back with more of this main event here on Friday Night SmackDown. So don't forget next Friday, Denise and Mitch will have Friday Night SmackDown. They will do Friday Night SmackDown here on the Hardcore Sports. I will be on vacation relaxing somewhere, and I will not be available. But they will have Friday Night SmackDown, and then of course they will be joining Nick on his post show, and they will talk about Friday Night SmackDown and what they've seen and what's been going down. Now, don't forget, after this stream is over, I'm going to hop on Nick's channel, and we're going to talk about Friday Night SmackDown. I'm gonna go hop on his channel. We're gonna talk about SmackDown as soon as this show is over. Well, before we do that, me and Nick, we're gonna talk about SmackDown. We're gonna give you our letter grade and our final thoughts on the show tonight. It's been an interesting show. It's been an interesting go home show. Would you say, Nick? Not a bad
Yep.
show,
Yep.
not a stellar show, but it's the show for what it was. We got a few things going on with Money in the Bank. They showed people that are prominent that are going to be on the pay-per-view so that you can invest in the show tomorrow night. So it's not a bad go-home show. It's a solid go-home show, I would say. Not a bad show tonight.
The pacing has been
Um,
okay.
yes. The matches are not bad. They're not bad. The
Yeah,
crowd is
I
not.
was impressed with the Street Profits and Pretty Deadly. For as annoying as Pretty Deadly is, they came back and they actually wrestled and had a decent match.
Yeah.
Grega John is here. Hey Earl.
Hi, Gregor John. How are you?
What's the latest news? And Earl, do you think Money in the Bank is looking good? What matches are you looking forward to?
Well, Gregor John, thank you so much for your time and energy. One match that I'm looking forward to, Gregor John, and thank you so much for your comment. I think one match that I'm very intrigued about is the Bloodline match. I think that's going to be very intriguing. The men's and the women's Money in the Bank are another thing that I'm intrigued about. And I want to see who's going to go up to that ladder and get that previous. And another thing is what's going to happen with McIntyre and Punk. Is Punk going to come to Toronto and spook McIntyre again after what he did just 3 weeks ago on SmackDown in Rosemont, Illinois? Well, that's something we're going to find out. We're going to figure out. So those are the 3 matches that I'm looking forward to, Gregor John. And I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen in this Money in the Bank. And another thing, too, while everything's going on with the Damian Priest match, will we get a cash in? That's another thing we got to think about. Are we getting a cash in? So that's something that's on everyone's mind, I'm sure. We have to see. So we're back. We're back with the SmackDown main event. Oh, double knees to the face. And what's this? Oh, down he goes. And what is this? Oh, and he splashed him. 1, 2, no, 2 count only. What's this now? He climbs up to the top rope, and Johnny Gargano, with his left hand, he is just beating us too. He is beating us too. out. Grayson Waller goes down, and this segment alone is Boy Denny Maviso. There is a mugging in the corner going on here in Toronto, and the referee, you need to go on your job and get him out of it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thanks for that visual aid. Oh my God! And what a nasty ball to dig up. 1, 2, no, no. He kicked out at 2. Don't forget we have Bash at the Berlin. We've got a very busy August. We've got SummerSlam, Bash at the Berlin, and All Out, all happening in the month of August. And what? Oh, and look at this, and Jessica Carr is admonishing him. And what is this now? Oh, right stomp on the chest. He stomped him right on the chest, and now he's showing his muscles. Now he's showing his muscles. Oh, what a smack! You heard that in Section 5. Oh my goodness. Oh, down he goes. Down he goes. And what's this now? Oh, and look out. Look out. Look out. And look, and he's just teeing off on him. He's teeing off. Now Grayson Waller comes in and he's the legal man. And what is this? What is this? And do you realize, Nick, that you and I are gonna know each other almost 2 years? That's
Yeah,
that's hard to believe.
I know.
That is hard to believe. Grayson Waller now right into the barricade. And I tell you this much, I enjoy working with you so much because not only are you funny, but you're analytical and you're a heel. I love it. Anyway,
I appreciate that.
yeah, and that's coming from my heart. Trust me, not two sides out of my butt cheek. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness! And he tosses him back out of the ring. And what is this now? What is this? Oh, look out! No, he missed. And what? And he rolls him up in a small package. 1, 2, no. Wait, okay, out at 2. And what is this now? And he rolls him up. 1, 2, no. He kicks out at 2. Step up insecurity in the back of the head. He gave him a big kick in the back of the head. He gave him a kick in the back of the head. And what's this now? Oh, Tommaso Ciampa just got pulled off the apron. And down he goes on the floor. So now he has nobody to tag. And what is this? What is this? What a neck breaker. And he comes in 1, 2, no. Gargano kicks out at 2. And we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back with more of the conclusion of the main event. So grab a snack and come on back to Friday Night SmackDown. Yeah. I hope, Nick, that you had a good 4th of July holiday.
Yeah, it was very relaxing for me. I kind of did everything on Thursday, or Wednesday, I guess. I got my days all mixed up now.
That's okay.
Yeah, I did stuff on Wednesday, and then Thursday was very relaxing. I laid in bed pretty much all day up until my WNBA show. So.
Okay. Yes, which I did pop in on one of his shows yesterday. I surprised Nick. He was like, Earl, hi. What's wrong?
That was the episode last week.
I caught him off guard.
Before Coach Ed was able to come back and be back. But yeah, that was a very nice surprise.
Here's the thing, folks. Here's the thing. When I see colleagues do their own thing in their own streams, and I know it's on StreamYard, I'll usually pop in and say hello, give my support in my 2 cents, and say hello. I'm not trying to steal that thunder. I'm not trying to steal anything or anything like that. No, I don't want to crack that style. I'm just coming in there to say hello, and that's it, and I'll pop out very quickly. I was getting ready for my show. I was getting ready for the wrestling experience. And I said to myself, I said, you know what? Nick is talking. So I said, in the middle of talking, I'm just going to be like, I Dream of Earl and come out of the box. So I didn't want to steal anybody. So all I wanted to do was just say, that's all. It was just so innocent and random. It wasn't funny. You just don't know where I'll be popping up. You have no idea. You just have no idea where I'm coming from. The north, the west, the east. It doesn't matter. It just really doesn't matter. But anyway, he had a good show. It was a great show, and I think you all should support him. He has it every Thursday night. It's great. It's fun. And he talks about basketball, WNBA basketball. It's fun. It's great. So you're doing a good job, Nick. Keep up the good work and everything else. And you got my support 1,000%. Um, and we'll be back with more Friday Night SmackDown if you keep it where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get the conclusion. Gonna get the conclusion of this main event. We're gonna see what happens here. Don't forget, following SmackDown will be Rampage, and that will be on TNT. On what's this now? And Grayson Waller tags, and now he kicks out at 2. DIY comes so close in this match at many times. And Johnny Gargano now is measuring Grayson Waller. No, Grayson Waller up, and no. Oh, what a right hand. Oh, and Theory goes down. And oh, jumping knee to the face of Gargano. Gargano now is stunned in the corner. Oh, oh, oh. And look out, the referee behind the referee's back. Look out, look out, look out, look out. Oh no, he just hit Theory. Oh no, oh no, uh-oh. He hit Theory right in the face. Grayson Waller just punched it. Oh, down it goes. And now they cover. 1, 2, no. Grayson Waller kicks out at 2. The crowd is just on the edge of their seat. They want to see a title change. And look out, he's hit his partner by mistake. Or was that a mistake? Or was that on purpose?
Yes, we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. But like the song says, things that make you go, anyway, anyway, and he rolls him up. Well, and Grayson Waller with a drop kick, and he drop kicked him. What's this now? Oh, down he goes, and he covers 1, 2, no. Gargano breaks up the count. Now we're back to square one. Don't forget, tomorrow we're in Toronto. Sunday we're in Toronto for Heatwave. And Monday we are in Ottawa for Raw. Nick, I believe London will have Monday Night Raw. London will be doing Monday Night Raw, filling in for me on Monday night. And then the jumping knee strike. And, oh, look out, Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller, what's this? Oh, backstabber. He gave a backstabber, and he tags in Gargano. Now they're feeling it. And what is this now? And, oh. Cover. 1, 2, no. The foot is on the rope. Jessica Carr says the foot's on the rope, and the match continues. I'm surprised Austin Theory did that for his friend, put his friend's foot on the rope after he was waylaid. And Gargano just gave a plunger. He gave him a plunger, and he rolls him up, and he's grabbing the tights. No, and he kicks out at 2. What is this? What is this? And now, is he going to tap?
Nap, tap, or nap.
Yeah, and those are not lawyers. Those are wrestling hoes. And you're watching SmackDown. And look out. Are we going to get a double tap, man? Because if we get a double tap, man, we got a problem. Oh, wait a minute. DIY just won the titles. DIY won the titles clean here on Friday Night SmackDown. We have brand new WWE Tag Team Champions. DIY wins it here on SmackDown. Wow. So now what's going to happen next? Let's see. DIY are your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions here in Toronto. Let's see what happens here. And now he nailed Austin Theory. Then he rolled him up. One, two, no. Watch this. Watch this. And then he pulls Theory in the. Oh, he pulled Theory in the front to get the super kick. He did it again. He did it again. What kind of a friend is that? And what is this now? And look at this. He puts the foot on the rope, but then look. He got him in the Organo escape. He gave him the Organo escape, and he says, "Don't you dare tap." And then Austin, and then he tapped. Watch the tap, man. We got new tag team champs. There's the pyro for the new tag team champions. DIY, it's about time. DIY gets the tag team belts. Wow. Oh, Solo's going to address the WWE Universe, so we're not going to get no Austin Theory. Okay. Solo is talking now. He's showing the necklace. He said Roman Reigns was not man enough to be the tribal chief. I'm the tribal chief. Oh,
He's
snap.
a fraud. That's what he is.
Be careful, Nick. A Smo and Spike will be in your future. Anyway,
I can take it.
I don't think you're going to take the other thing, though. Oh, what Tamatanga can do to you. Let me give you the. Try to take it from me, Roman. I'm going to show everybody in the Money in the Bank six-man turn who's the tribal chief. Uh-oh. Solo ain't messing around. Solo is not messing around. He says that Roman is a weak tribal chief and he is the strongest tribal chief because now they put the necklace on him, and that is how SmackDown goes off the air. Wow. He sent a parting shot to Roman. Wow. Well, what do you have to say about that?
I was expecting more for the the bloodline to address whatever they had to address, more than just like that vignette style. But I do get it that they wanted to give the main event spot to the new tag champs, so it does make sense. But I mean, Solo is coming into his own, so I'm pumped for that, and that was a solid ending to SmackDown, I would say.
Yeah, and he said Nick that he is the one and the only tribal chief.
I don't agree with that. Neither does Roman Reigns. There's only one, and Solo is not the one.
Well, if you don't agree with it, then he will put you on the shelf, and anybody that goes against this new regime will be put on the shelf. You will be feeding your food through a straw. If you mess with the bloodline, um, I don't recognize him as anything but a bully with a taped thumb. That's what that is what Solo is. Wow. I don't know. Well, that's the end of SmackDown, everyone. That's the end. Um, what I'm gonna do now is go to Nick, and, because there is no one else. Nick, what did you make of SmackDown and your letter grade, please?
Um, yeah, I mean, like we said, it was a very good episode, very good go home show, good pacing, good matches, very good opening tag match. Usually with Pretty Deadly, I am pretty much asleep with them being on my screen. So I mean, I enjoyed pretty much everything. I don't have anything to complain about. It was everything moved along well. The pacing was good. Kathy Kelly was in that place of Kayla Braxton for the number one reporter for WWE after her departure last week. Bailey is I think, as my friend Mike said about on one of my posts, they're kind of planting seeds for Naomi and Bailey to once
Right.
again have another match, which I do like. Michin is finally on SmackDown TV versus just being on NXT week after week. The matches that were announced for next week, Corbin and Apollo Cruz versus Angel and Berto, and then Michin versus Nia Jax as well. So, I mean, and then it ended with new champs. I mean, I would give it a solid A.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the same wavelength as you. I'm going to give the show a solid A. The matches were fine. The matches were all right. They did show people that were being in Money in the Bank prominent on TV tonight. We got new tag team champs. I did call it. I knew that they was good, but we didn't get the split that we were going to get out of the. I guess they wanted to hurry up, get the title change, and I guess they'll address that next week on SmackDown with these two.
Yeah,
But the
they'll probably have Waller and his show, and then they'll look at the film, and then he'll try to say that it was Theory's fault. They'll look at the film, they'll then see that Waller was the one to tap, and then it'll I'm sure it'll spiral from there. But
yeah.
yeah, his face turn I think is coming. So
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get that next. We're probably gonna get that next week on SmackDown. But yeah, like I said, the title change and everything else in between SmackDown was fine. The women's division matches, again, the audience was not really invested into it again, like they always are. But again, I don't have any issues with anything that was said or done or produced or anything like that. Solo did come out and he did a vignette about how he was going to dominate the match tomorrow night, and he's the new tribal chief and everything else. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Bloodline fans think of that assessment and everything else, and going forward. But that's going to do it. That's going to do it for us here at Friday Night SmackDown. And it's been a pleasure serving you and entertaining you and everything else. I want to thank Nick for his time and his energy. Again, I want to thank you all. Now, guys, I just want to let you all know, tune in to Nick's channel because I'm going to switch over. We're going to switch over and we're going to do the SmackDown wrap-up show. And that will happen momentarily. That will happen momentarily. So until then, until I see you next time on Friday Night SmackDown, I'm Uncle. That is Nick, and we'll see you tomorrow night, just 24 hours from now from Toronto, Canada. Dro, thank you very much. Congratulations, yeah, the DIY. Thank you so much, Dro, for your comment. And thank you all so much for watching Friday Night SmackDown. We'll be back tomorrow night with Money in the Bank. So long, everyone, from all of us here at the Hardcore Sports.
You've landed on the Love ship. Welcome to Planet Experience. Welcome to the Wrestling Experience.